If you have a PC or laptop that is getting slower, even maybe you have an SSD drive, but even SSD can slow down over time. SSD can lose performance over time, but not like the traditional hard drives. It's not about the damage, it's about SSD handling data internally. So SSD write the data on the drive in different ways, unlike the hard drive. They can't overwrite data directly. So when the new data comes in, the SSD must erase the old data, then write new data on the top of it. So this process becomes slower as the drive fills up. And there comes these important features, which is a trim. Without the trim, the SSD keep useless data on the drive and the performance drops. So avoid filling up your SSD to 100% or disabling the trim. And avoid, of course, using defragmentation like the normal hard drives. And never use bad cleanup softwares. So how to check if the trim is on? We have two ways to do this. You go to the terminal admin, run this command. If it gives you 0 here, that means the trim is on. And the other way is to check is going to search for something called defragmentation and optimize drive. You can see here, this is your solid state drive, and this is the schedule is on maybe weekly basis or monthly or even daily. You can check the current performance of your SSD. So you want to check the performance, you go with this command, insert disk-drive C. Depends, of course, where your disk is defined as C or D or F. Here we'll run an assessment for your SSD, and I'm going to give you the results of disk read and disk write. This is the results here. Now we'll run the trim in the command prompt by doing defrag/OC, which is the target SSD. So give this time to process. Here we give you the free space, which is they have trim this space, total space trimmed. We give you the results here. Now we'll run again the assessment. We'll compare these two entries before and after, and this is the result now after we run the trim. This result could not be that big difference, especially if it's already on your system. You can see the significant difference if you're using maybe SATA kind of SSDs, which is slower than this normal NVMe. You can see improvement on the speed, especially in the writing speed. But if this is on already, so you can see a difference, but not that big difference here. Just make sure this trim is always on your system to make sure your SSD keeps on good performance. Thank you for watching, and see you on next one. Peace.